Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. I hope that you're all doing well. And the messenger is here. What is going on in the world? How scary are times that we are experiencing and the world is going through, my dear friends. Truly, you can get caught off guard with things that happen, but when you're aware of the astrology, you know what the possibilities are. I suppose with this square from Mars, last degrees of Aquarius, which is where we had that solar eclipse on the 17th of February. That was a solar eclipse and new moon, and solar eclipses are very powerful and things do happen. It's not like a lunar eclipse that we are experiencing now, a full moon, and the second consecutive eclipse at the beginning of 2026. And that 29th degree of the very powerful solar eclipse, which was in a challenging aspect to Uranus, right? As then Mars has come up to that 29th degree of Aquarius and squared Uranus. Again, Uranus from Taurus. The anaretic last degrees are very critical, and they do bring crises. And Mars and Uranus, they don't get along, especially when they're in a challenging aspect. So let's hope, let's pray that this that has begun now will not last long. It should be, hopefully, it should be quick and it should end quickly. The timing can be really hard to pinpoint, but that's what we need to trust and believe. Okay, changes never happen easily through crisis. We do have change. So let's see what will pan out. Today is the 3rd of March of 2026, and we're here reading the energies. The messenger is here on this full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, where the south node is. It's a south node eclipse, my dear friends. So the south node is something that we need to release, something that has run its course in our life personally. Okay, and of course we see change with anything that is hard. That is something that we need to move away from collectively and personally, the South Node in Virgo. Obviously, something unhealthy has been happening for you, for the world. Something hasn't been right, which needs to be fixed. It's a time of fate and destiny, and trust the hand of spirit that what is happening is for our highest good. Let's run with the punches and see what the cards tell us, what spirit tells us, nevertheless, as we are seeking the guidance and the understanding from the light, from the higher power. Let's see what's going on, what could possibly be playing out. As Mercury is still retrograde, do comment, let us know what's going on for you. Are you dealing with old situations? Are people from your past showing up in your life? Friendships, partnerships, relatives, love, connections. What is going on for you personally? I'd love to hear your comments. How are you experiencing the eclipse season, which does last? And the most critical part is from one eclipse to the other. So from the 17th of February until now the 3rd of March, with the full moon culmination, which full moons are more emotional, more internal. Let's see what's coming through. This full moon, this lunar eclipse is in a positive aspect to Jupiter from Cancer because it's happening right in Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign, so there's a trine over to Cancer, and a sextile from Jupiter to the Sun in Pisces. Where Venus is, Mars is now in Pisces. Let's see what's coming through. And remember, the North Node is also in Pisces, in the home of Jupiter. Please guide us as to what is going on energetically. Let's see what's going on, everyone. What's coming through? Oh my. Oh my, how on point. Now, Mars, thankfully, has left that 29th degree of Aquarius, has triggered the solar eclipse from the 17th of February, the new moon in Aquarius, and this is a Mars-Uranus energy. It's a Mars card, but I see it as Uranus more so. Remember, Uranus is in Taurus, where Algol is. Taurus is resources, land, finances, our self-worth, being valued by others or otherwise. It's the house of Venus, and Venus is exalted in Pisces, very close to the degree that she's very strong on, that 27th degree, where she's connected previously with Neptune and Saturn, who are now in Aries. Now, we are coming up to the Aries season, slowly and surely. So all planets transiting from Pisces will be passing over that 0 degree of Pisces, which is the world axis. So new beginnings, which will include endings. Big endings, new beginnings, okay? Remember that eclipse in Aquarius. So on the axis, Aquarius, Leo was the first eclipse, we will be experiencing eclipses on that axis from now on and for the next couple of years, year and a half, 2 years, till early 2028. So here we go again. The Mercury retrograde, my camera just turned off. So I apologize, but it's not something that is in my hands. It happens because it wants to happen. So let's hope that this reading will be able to get out to you. I was saying, so if you've got any personal planets or angles around those last degrees of the fixed signs, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio, very significant changes happening for you, but also with this lunar eclipse, which is happening in the second decan, roughly at the 12th, 13th degree of Virgo. Virgo is a mutable sign, so therefore Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini, this lunar eclipse is a culmination of an ending of what started with that new moon back in August of 2025. So we've got a tower moment. This is going to be a quick shift, change. This could be an aha moment, an awakening, a shock revelation, a beautiful surprise. It will be different for each of us, depending on your own birth chart, okay? What is the challenge? Okay, desire, an opportunity, the light coming on. Remember, Mars is fire, and Mars rules Aries, where we've got Saturn, Neptune now, and the planets will be passing over that 0 degrees of Aries, affecting the cardinal signs, early born. So Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer. No one is out of the story. Everyone is affected in some way. And then we'll be connecting. All those planets will be connecting with Saturn and Neptune. First Neptune and then Saturn. So we do talk about this a lot on Patreon. We talk about all these connections, these conjunctions. So do consider joining us on Patreon. The Ace of Wands is an opportunity which may be hard to grab, but remember that the change isn't going to be easy. right? This opportunity isn't going to be easy unless there is change. Now, if you haven't been able to make the changes yourself, here comes the Tower. This is the hand of Spirit saying this is what you need to know. This is what will be revealed. We've got a total lunar eclipse that we are experiencing now. So the light of the moon will be cut out, will be in the darkness for a little while, especially those that are able to view. You know, if it's nighttime, the southern hemisphere, more than likely, you will be able to see that the moon will lose its light. We need to trust our intuition, okay, and see what shows up, what was mysterious, what was hidden. Let's see what else. Where are we coming from? What's going on? We've got the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. We know Virgo is perfectionism, being of duty, working extra hard. Virgo also rules health, work, our daily life, hygiene, our little pets. So do take care of your little pets at this time. Our little pet here she's been very active, and she's feeling the energies. She's been very vocal from last night. Hopefully we won't hear her during this reading. But yeah, you know, the Knight of Pentacles is something about strategy, long-term thinking, strategizing, planning, perfecting. But there's something that we need to release. And hopefully with this full moon, this lunar eclipse, this total lunar eclipse, we will see what it is that we need to release, or if we already are aware of what it is that we need to release, and we can discern. Wow, here we go again, the usual story. I don't even remember what I was saying here because I had to restart my computer about 3 times. But we were talking about releasing something from the past, discerning, possibly through the ability of Virgo, and the little details could be something that can help us. But from what I understand, as the sun is transiting through Pisces, which things could be a little bit unclear, maybe we need to trust our intuition, or you've been trying to get somewhere for quite some time and there's just been stoppages, starting and then stopping, starting again and then stopping. It could be relative to money, business, where you're hoping to move even, because nights are about movement. They're about travel. So let's continue before we have another crash. Let's see, recently and in the past, what's been showing up energetically. We've got a Knight of Swords where things are starting to pick up quickly. And this, to me, could be a couple of weeks ago when we had that new moon, that solar eclipse in Aquarius. Something to do with legalities, information, communication, and needing to clear the air where there was confusion, needing to see, needing to go through an awakening, seeing things more clearly. Okay, whether the clarity is coming from others or whether from our high self, it will be different for each of us. Let's see what is crowning. We've got the sun. That is beautiful. The sun can speak to happiness, matters to do with children, something that we're creating, business, or where we're investing ourselves, our lives, our money. The sun brings confidence, brings clarity and healing, possibly. The sun is the spirit, right? And, you know, the spirit is who we are out there in the world. So something is, the light is coming in, and I would say possibly it will be once this eclipse, this full moon, finishes, completes. Remember that the moon is going to culminate in Virgo and then enter Libra, and Libra is relationships, business partnerships, not only relationships where it's relative to love, but it can be all relationships. The sun brings confidence, brings healing and brings happiness. Okay, so I love that we've got that major arcana, the most positive card of all. And, well, Uranus and the Sun. Okay, so the Sun is in Pisces, Uranus is in Taurus. The Sun is roughly at the 13th degree now. So until the 27th degree, that's a couple of weeks. Within a couple of weeks, and as we're getting out of the eclipse energies, there may be something that will be clear for you. Okay, something very positive. The possible outcome here is the Six of Swords. So it can speak to transitioning, leaving hardships, moving towards calmer waters. It can involve travel, movement, leaving troubles behind, some sort of a release, whether it's internal, external, conflict, fears, harsh situations, generally speaking, because the Six of Swords comes after the Five. The Five of Swords is competitive energies, hard thoughts, negative thoughts, fights, arguments, okay? And we also see the moon in the background, you see that? And Pisces is a water sign, so it's really giving me hope that we will be transitioning, okay? And there will be some sort of relief. And wow, another indication of when the Sun is going to pass over that 0 degree. Some people are saying that it's going to be hard. The warlike energies may become even, explode, and war will be so much more harder for people, or even to come to a conclusion or a peaceful negotiation, that the war will become even more critical before it can deflate, right? And that could be the case. Let's not cross that out. Around the 20th of March, in the new astrological season, in the Aries season, the Sun will step over that 0 degree. The Sun can be a world leader, some sort of resolution, or someone coming through with the goods. That can also be a possibility. Someone's going to take action. Remember, we're talking about Aries. Aries is leadership. Leo is also leadership. And as the Sun will pass over that 0 degree, Venus will as well, and Mercury is still retrograde, but Mercury will turn direct in the sign of Pisces, will turn direct with the equinox, so the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere and the autumn equinox in the southern. What's the Fool standing on? We've got the Page of Pentacles. So pages are news, they're fresh energies. The Pentacle is something that is more stable, something that someone is working on. Again, I'm going to say planning and looking towards for the future. Anything to do with that inner child, because Aries is also a seed, right? It's the youth, it's the inner child, I would say, as well. And hopefully we will start to see the beginning of the end of what's going on. Let's take a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. I apologize if I move the camera as well from one take to the next. Let's see what is the message. What do we need to know around this full moon, this total lunar eclipse in Virgo, dear Spirit? So the axis Virgo Pisces, very significant if you've got planets or angles around that 12th, 13th degree, give or take a couple of degrees before or after. Let's see what's going on. What is the advice? And I feel I need to turn this. Yes, go the distance. Number 47, which equals an 11. We see the cheetah getting to the finish line. But this speaks to stamina. Now, the Pisces season, we may not be feeling that strong. We may be feeling a little bit lethargic with Mars in Pisces. Okay, so do what you can as to what are your goals and your aspirations. We're almost at the end. And you can see the cheetah is leaping. This is like a leap of faith, taking a leap of faith into the unknown, but leaving behind any baggage. And the baggage could be perfectionism, could be a lack of trust, it could be old connections, relationships, or situations that we need to release. People, situations that were toxic, unhealthy for us need to be left behind. Let's see how the emotions will go, the psyche, because that's what a lunar eclipse is, a full moon. We know it can be very stressful. It has been stressful, my friends. And Mercury retrograding there. Let's see. We've got a soulmate connection or an offer on the table. Pisces is an unconditionally loving, sacrificing, sensitive sign. Remember, the sun is transiting through Pisces, and the sun is the ego sometimes. So there's like a humbling sort of an energy where someone's more in their intuition, in their emotions. The sun is trying to bring clarity from Pisces. What are we leaving behind? There is no ego with Pisces, okay? What else? Third party. So there's the involvement of others, and we've got a divine masculine that's in deep contemplation. We'll use the dice today. So let's and what's at the bottom? We've got someone is checking you out, checking out your social media. This could be someone that's wanting to return. This card for me, of course, it speaks to Uranus, the internet, or because Uranus it's the higher octave of Mercury, right? So it does speak to communication, truth, seeing the bigger picture, just like a bird, being able to see the world from a higher perspective. And remember, the tower for me is Uranus as well, so expect some surprises, some returns. We've got a conclusion. The key is a revelation or a resolution, of course. It can be concerning someone's wounds that they've been carrying from childhood, and this could be a release of victimhood. Pisces, we've got Pisces, Aries, because Chiron, which the key is for me, is in Aries. And Aries is the head, it's leadership, it's thoughts, it's what we think, what we perceive. And they may have been quite negative, which needs to change. And what Spirit is telling us, that leap of faith needs to be taken, right? Someone needs to be courageous and act. Remember, Mars's energy is sort of watered down, so it may take a little bit of time before Mars enters Aries, its home sign. But remember, Mars is going to connect with Mercury again, so there can be communication or even an exchange of truths where there'll be more clarity, where there'll be more emotional connection, talk, revelations. Let's see what else. Let's put the Fool down and let's take another layer. Ooh, we've got Judgment, which is a moment of crisis. We've got Scorpio here, We've got the Chariot and the Queen of Pentacles. So a Virgo, Capricorn or Taurus. We've got a Knight of Pentacles, a Knight of Swords and a Queen of Pentacles. If this is anything to do with a love connection, right? If it is a love connection, we see the Divine Feminine more mature. She may be dealing with two choices, two different people here. One that's more Knight of Swords would be someone that stands in their truth, could use more harsh, words, be someone that doesn't fear getting to the truth, whereas the Knight of Pentacles is someone that's more grounded, more stable, steady, and slow moving. If this is the same person or the same situation, the energies are starting to pick up and get quicker. Now there's change, there's choices. The Chariot is movement, physical travel, a change of home, and there's a crisis here and choices that need to be made. A resurrection where this Queen of Pentacles has been possibly in a situation providing that security for others, being stable, being safe, secure, maybe offering that to others. But there are dilemmas that she's got about change, about movement, about going from point A to point B. So even immigration, traveling from one state to another, from one country to another, or even taking charge of her life and taking her life where she wants it, to a new beginning, to a rebirth, because the Judgment card is a rebirth, okay? And it may have to do with money matters, a change of work, job, business. All these things could be playing out for each of us. It will be different. Why do we have the Tower and the Ace of Wands? What is this Tower? It's the Three of Pentacles. So it could be work related or even involving third parties. All right. Three of Pentacles is an expansion. It's growth. It's a good card, right? But involving three people, third parties, there could also be some information, some clarity, some gossip that comes through or that will be revealed. And we've got the High Priestess. The High Priestess is usually the third person or the other woman, or this could be saying here that some of you were expecting change, sudden change. Maybe you were trusting your intuition, that even though may have been a missed opportunity, there's still the effort is still put in, okay? And someone's been following their higher self, right? The High Priestess, remember, she's a 2, and 2s can speak to coupling up. 2 can also speak to equality, balance, possible imbalance if there were third parties. We've got Pisces energy and Virgo. That's how I see the High Priestess. Let's see why we've got the Knight of Pentacles. We've got an Emperor here. And this is Aries, could be any other sign. Something to do with security, responsibility, someone who is in charge. This could be a father, this could be a boss, a leader in their life, someone who takes charge, someone who is, they could be someone who is a perfectionist. They may have strong Virgo in their chart, or this could be someone that needed to be certain, always dealing with other matters, and has been trying to be safe and secure. And this Emperor could also be someone who needed time to plan and strategize, something to do with this Ace of Pentacles. What is this Ace of Pentacles? It's something that they take for, maybe. I was saying it was something that this Emperor desires. Now we know the Emperor could be this could be someone that is already a father. They've got a family. The Knight of Wands will be someone that's more chasing, right, their desires, or someone that is unavailable because of the position that they hold, whether it's a family situation or a business situation. Take the messages as they resonate. We've got 3 Knights here. Knights are about action, movement. Why do we have the Knight of Swords in the recent past? There's the Judgment card again, so Scorpio comes through very strongly. Remember that if this is an Aquarius card and it's relating to the solar eclipse, which happened a couple of weeks ago, there was some sort of a crisis or through crisis, a second opportunity. And someone's coming through and trying to clear the air because they want another chance, another opportunity, whether it's business, whether it's family, whether it's an offer, right? A love connection, a romantic connection. Because even the High Priestess here can say that there are third parties. Let's look at the Sun crowning. We've got the 8 of Swords. So someone has been thinking very negatively. If they felt blocked, they felt in a imprisoning situation, but the Sun comes through to bring clarity. And there's the Chariot. So it's all systems go, forward momentum. Looks like the Leo Cancer season may be quite significant. Even the Aries season, of course. The Chariot is someone is making up their mind to take their life where they want to take it, which will involve change. All right? And I do feel that there's a possibility, even though it's still tough because the Sun is going to enter Aries, and it will be squaring off to Cancer. So Cancer is the past. That's where Jupiter is. Hopefully 11th of March, as Jupiter will turn direct in the sign of Cancer, where he's very strong. He will help us move forward, bring justice, bring forward momentum as we've been stuck, because Jupiter has also withheld the blessings, if I could use that term. Okay, it was more about doing the internal work, going through understanding, connecting with the past, right? Retrogrades always talk to the past. And Jupiter in Cancer is in positive aspect to Pisces and the Pisces season. Let's see what the possible outcome is. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. They know their worth. There's abundance. There's strength within knowing our value and our self-worth. This is Virgo. This, to me, with this full moon, is saying that we are releasing what was holding us back from our abundance, from the ability to stand on our own. As strong individuals, feel whole within ourselves. Remember, this is the minor arcana of the Empress. And someone could be falling out of the picture. Something toxic, nevertheless, is leaving the picture to help bring to us the abundance. Remember, there's the butterfly, and the butterfly speaks to a metamorphosis. Someone is very happy within their own life. They're strong. They're there to serve, as we're all slowly and steadily releasing. Look to the area of Virgo in your own chart. What has been holding you back from your abundance, from your happiness? What's missing from the 9 of Pentacles is that 10th Pentacle, which speaks to security, family. There's something missing. I mean, the 9 of Pentacles is the end. It is the ultimate. But the 10 of Pentacles says that there is support from others. This would be the ultimate happiness and someone feeling that they are worthy and that they've accomplished something, but there isn't ever happiness. Being alone, being in solitude, even in the Garden of Eden, whatever we have, whether it's money in the bank, whatever. Okay? This is the Midas touch as well. There is a lot of abundance, the possibility for abundance. What else? Yes, this is about releasing the negativity, the emotional mishaps or losses. This is cutting our losses from the past, and leaving regrets behind as well. It's all about moving forward. That's what the Six of Swords shows to me. And another 5. We've got 2 5s, 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, which says even our beliefs are going through change. Remember that Pisces does speak to our beliefs. And there are lots of changes here. A couple of 5s. Let's take one more. Possibly May, the month of May could be significant, which is the Taurus season. And we've got the 9 of Cups. Through changes, we're moving to what will make us happy. The 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment. It's a celebration, nevertheless. 9 of Wands. Yes, we're at the heaviest moment right now. There's, as I said, there's exhaustion here, and we may feel that with Mars in Pisces, but keep plowing through. Try and get more sleep. Pisces is about spending time in bed, sleeping, meditating, a little bit of alone time, downtime, so that you could continue moving forward. We're not done yet. We're moving away from the eclipses now. There's a very positive new moon in Pisces on the 19th of the month, just before the end of the astrological year and the Aries season. So try and get some rest. Let's see what that Fool is. We've got the 3 of Wands. To me, this is our ship is coming in with the goods. Okay. What's beneath that 9 of Wands? We've got the 8 of Wands. So love messages, change, movement, flight, travel. Okay. There's a lot of fire, and fire is all about action. We've got a couple of 9s. 9 is the Hermit. It is Virgo. So take it how it resonates for you. Let's take 3 Lenormand, and we will read the Go the Distance from the Wisdom of the Oracle. What do the Lenormand want us to know? What is the advice, please, Spirit? Let's go. We've got the moon, so right on point as the lunar eclipse, the total lunar eclipse in Virgo is happening. We've got the flowers, which is an offer. It's a romantic offer. It's an opportunity. And we've got the mice. So there's still a little bit of a nuisance. This could be negative thinking, third parties, something eating away at us, worry, distress. This could be low vibrationally, and, you know, fears don't bring up what's best within us. And with all the news, the world news and what's going on, the tomorrow is very uncertain, and of course what's going on in the world is going to affect all of us financially, emotionally. So we're still, as I said, we're not out of the woods yet. What are the mice here? What are the mice? We've got the child. So there could be some concerns relative to a child or to this new beginning. Okay, remember the 8 of Swords, that's like the mice for me. We will overcome what that is, because the sun is going to come through. And let's see what's at the bottom. We've got a divine masculine. Okay, masculine energy is all about action. See, the clouds is about worry. It's about a lack of understanding, misunderstandings. Let's read Go the Distance, 47. To bring your dream to life, you must think long-term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment can commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. And you know, this is about not racing, and we're coming up to the Aries season, which is about racing. Aries is quick, right? Cardinal fire. But Saturn is there saying you need to keep the endurance. You're getting there, but don't rush. Saturn says slow down. Relationships. You either are in or are calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time, for better or worse. As you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? Now, where finances and prosperity is concerned, your most precious dreams are about instant gratification but enduring prosperity. This is a time to think long-term and engage in continued action. You will experience momentum building as you translate the ebb and flow into slow and steady movement forward. Your efforts, ideas, and hard work now can lead to greater riches that you can imagine. Stroke the fire so that an uninterrupted stream of energy is available to support you in all the phases of manifestation. Be assured that you are in the right place right now. And that's an inspirational message I want to say. I want to take, relative to love, I'm going to take two messages, I think, from the Twin Flame Oracle, and we will be back for a Twin Flame love reading tomorrow. And it's not only Twin Flame, it could be a karmic, could be a soulmate connection. We will be back tomorrow, and do look out as we will be taking the Patreon readings, the Patreon reading for winners, January and February. We're giving a lot away, and we also will be doing the announcements for the 10-year anniversary of Divine Debut 11. So look out for that upload as well. Make sure you're being notified. What's going on in love? What is going on in love at the moment? Whenever you view this reading. Watching. Obsessed with you. Can't let go. Social media stalker. And we saw that with the this observer. Okay, so someone is watching you. There's obsession here. Someone cannot let go. And, you know, it can come through as quite negative, but I would say that it won't be the same for everyone. Not everyone is going to have a stalker. Someone is wanting to know what is going on with you. Maybe there's been no communication. Okay. And we've got breakup, grieving your loss, feeling lonely, processing heartbreak. So some people will be going through that. For me, if this is a stalker or an unhealthy attachment that you need to release, they're going to get what's coming to them. Remember that eclipses are very fated. They're very destined events. Even if there is a breakup at this time, remember that it's about an ending. Endings do bring new beginnings. Remember what the message was saying. There may be hope. And it's going to take time for some. Okay, let's take one last card. 3 cards after all. And we've got boundaries. Blocking someone holding your space. Cut off contact. So a lot speaks to cutting off. We won't take it any further. So we see a lot of change here, and this may involve breaking away from anything that is toxic, unhealthy, some possibly also cycles that you've been in with a particular person, which may open up energetically for a possible new connection, or a connection that's been trying to come through, but the space was overtaken by someone else. Third parties we've got here. So take the messages as they resonate for you. Okay. One last card. I want to take just one on the Tangled Love. We'll be using these decks tomorrow as well. Let's see what's going on. Now, I'm going to say also, maybe there's been a breakup in the past. Someone's put up boundaries and cut the communication. Possibly that's why someone's wanting possibly to return. Not everyone that's going to return with Mercury retrograde is someone that you want back. So this could be the final, culmination and ending if you're standing firm and keeping those boundaries. If there's someone returning that you don't want in your life, okay? And when we do put up boundaries, people know that we can be in the Nine of Pentacles energy. I'm better off alone than with someone that is very toxic for me, okay? But if also those boundaries may have turned the tables where you've put, you've told someone you can't cross that red line, and you've put up your boundaries. We've got the contemplation here with the divine masculine. So that could be another thing, that maybe they're coming to terms with the reality of the situation. Let's see what's going on with the Tangled Love. We've got dating, new love, having fun back on the market. And the dating can also speak to a romantic connection or a romantic offer. Remember, we saw the flowers and then we had the mice. But the mice could also be something that needs to be taken care of before a possible new beginning. And the dating, of course, is a meeting, possibly meeting up with someone. If it's not a new love connection, it could be a new cycle in an old love connection. Having fun is lighter energy. So we will leave it there. Thank you so much, everyone, for being patient with these restarts with Mercury retrograde. Remember the stamina. We're almost there. Okay, when you feel like you can't do this anymore, just take a breather and put one foot in front of the other. That's what Virgo is all about. But don't worry about what the practical and what the reality is now. You do need to trust North Node in Pisces. Okay, Mercury retrograde there, Venus there. All right, love and light, and I will talk to you tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. Love you all. Silly me, I forgot to roll the dice. So let's roll the dice. Let's see, relative to the planets, what's going on at this time. We've got Saturn. Saturn can be endings, but also grounding, needing to take things slowly. So remember, Saturn rules Capricorn as well as Aquarius. We've got the moon. Saturn and the moon together can speak to breakups, feeling emotionally low, but also something that you've dreamed of, envisioned, hoped for, can get grounded and become a reality. Yeah. And Cancer comes through with the moon, plus the moon is in Virgo now, so those signs should be coming through. And we've got Pluto, and Pluto is in Aquarius, but it does rule Scorpio. Pluto speaks to fundamental big changes. Let's leave Pluto there. And let's see, let's take some signs. We've got the North Node, which is in Pisces. That's the future collective consciousness, but we're all part of the collective. Okay, so Pisces comes through. We've got Capricorn. we've got the North Node again. Yeah. Just looking at the dice. Yeah, I'm looking for... Wow, was that the North Node? That was Leo, actually. Wow. It looks so much like the North Node. Yeah, it is Leo. What am I saying? It's Leo, but we need to take the North Node as well, because obviously it's not here, and we've got Taurus as well, where Uranus is bringing huge changes, no more, and Pisces. Okay, these are the main signs that have come through here, and the signs that I've already mentioned. Let's take some numbers. They could be the days of the month. They could be days that you could be counting now. We've got 4. It could be April. We've got number 5, April, May, 4 or 5 days. We've got number 8. 4 is, it's Cancer. 5 is Leo. And 8 is Scorpio. And we've got an ace, which would be Aries energy, and we've got Taurus, number 2 or 2 days. We see small numbers. The biggest number was number 8, so I guess things are going to happen fairly quickly. Okay, my darlings, love and light.